Good morning, students. As we were learning from immunity, as a continuation of it, we are going to discuss about the topic antigen and antibody reaction. So, antigen is any foreign substance which, when introduced into the body, it stimulates the production of antibodies. So, antigen is always a foreign substance. And today we are going to learn about what happens when an antigen is introduced into the body. So we'll be learning these much of things like antigen-antibody reaction, the strength of antigen-antibody reaction, properties of antigen-antibody reaction, the different types of antigen-antibody reaction, and as well as the application of antigen-antibody reaction. So what happens is like that when an antigen is introduced, it stimulates the production of antibody, and this antigen and antibody will combine together to form a complex. We will abbreviate this antigen-antibody reaction as, that's the complex is abbreviated as antigen-antibody, AGAP complex. And this is the form which this antigen-antibody reaction, it forms the basis of cell-based immunity as well as the humoral immunity. And this antigen-antibody reaction is also helpful for detecting the disease-causing agents and also for detecting the infectious diseases. In the case of in vitro reactions, this antigen-antibody reaction is known as serological reactions. And this reaction between an antigen and antibody occurs through three different stages. The first stage is it involves the complex formation. That is, a complex is formed when an antigen is introduced into a body and it stimulates the production of antibody. And the second stage is like visible events like precipitation, agglutination, etc. And the third stage involves the destruction of the foreign antigen. And coming to the features of antigen-antibody reaction, we have specificity, immune complex, binding site of antigen, binding force of antigen, etc. The specificity of antigen-antibody reaction. Specificity means the ability of an individual antibody combined site to react with only one antigenic determinant, or the ability of a population of antibody molecule to react with only one antigen. The fundamental thing is that the antigen will be specific to a particular antibody. Next, we will think about the binding site of an antigen. In antigen-antibody reaction, the antibody attaches to a particular site of an antigen. So the part of antigen which combines with the antibody is called the epitope. So basically, a epitope is known as an antigenic determinant. It is the part of the antigen that is recognized by the immune system, specifically by antibodies, B cells and T cells. And the paratope is that part of antibody that recognizes the epitope. Then binding force of antigen. The binding between the antigen and antibody, the antigen-antibody reaction is due to three factors. First one is closeness, second one is non-covalent bonds, and the third one is affinity of the antibody. So coming to the closeness, when the closeness of the antigen and antibody is more, the strength of binding is more. And in the case of non-covalent bonds, the non-covalent bonds which helps in antigen-antibody reactions are hydrogen bonds, electrostatic bonds, van der Waals force, and hydrophobic bonds. And coming to the affinity of antibody, antibody affinity is the strength of the reaction between a single antigenic determinant and a single combining site on the antibody. So these are the three factors which helps in the binding of antigen and antibody. Then strength of antigen-antibody reaction. The non non-covalent bonds helps for the reaction between an antigen and antibody. So the non-covalent interaction that form the basis of antigen-antibody binding include hydrogen bond, ion bond, hydrophobic interaction, and van der Waals force of interaction. Coming to the properties of antigen-antibody reaction, it has got antibody affinity, antibody ability, and cross reaction. Affinity of antibody. The interactions between antigen and antibody involve non-covalent binding of an antigenic determinant to the variable region of both the heavy and light immunoglobulin chains. These interactions are analogous to those observed in enzyme-substrate interactions, and they can be defined similarly. In order to define the strength of the antigen-antibody interaction, we use an affinity constant K, and the value of this affinity constant is equal to 10 raised to 4 to 10 raised to 4 to 10 raised to 12 liter per mole. So that's a constant value, and it is obtained by the concentration of antigen-antibody complex by the product of concentration of antigen and concentration of antibody. Then ability of antibody. It is the strength of the bond after the formation of antigen and antibody complex. It is used to denote the capacity of the antibodies to combine with the multivalent antigen. A multivalent antigen has many types of antigenic determinants. When injected into the blood, each antigenic determinant stimulates the production of a particular antibody. The various antibodies produced by a single antigen combine with different antigenic determinants of the antigen. So the next one is cross reaction. An antigen raised against an antigen can also react with similar antigen of another type. This is what is meant by cross reaction. So in cross reaction, the antigen which produces the cross reaction is called a cross-reacting antigen. But the strength of the antibody raised against its own antigen is strong. Example for cross reaction: the serum which is raised against albumin of hen side can cross react with albumin obtained from that side. Another example is anti-serum raised against human insulin will react with the insulin of pig, sheep, whale, etc. Yet another example is that the pneumococcal polysaccharides will react with the anti-serum which is raised against pneumococcal polysaccharides will react with E. coli, blood group, and collagen antigens. Coming to the types of antigen-antibody reaction, there are mainly 5 types of reactions. First one is precipitation reaction, second one agglutination, third one complement fixation, fourth one ELISA, that is enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay, and the fifth one is immunofluorescence. So first one is precipitation reaction. So what happens in the precipitation reaction is that when an antigen combines with an antibody, in the presence of an electrolyte at suitable pH and temperature, it forms an insoluble precipitate of antigen-antibody complex. And the antibody causing precipitation is called precipitin, and the reaction is called precipitation reaction. So what happens in a precipitation reaction is that we get a precipitation curve. And the precipitation reaction occurs mainly in 2 types of media. First one is liquid media, and the second one is gel media. In the case of liquid media, the antigen-antibody reaction we perform the reaction by placing constant amount of antibodies in a series of test tubes and react increased amount of antigens. And the antigens and antibodies combine together to form a precipitate. When we plot a graph with the amount of precipitate against increasing antigen concentration, it gives a precipitation curve. And in the precipitation curve, we can see there is an antibody exosome, equivalent zone, as well as the antigen exosome. In the equivalent zone, the concentration of antibody and antigen will be equal. In the antibody exosome, there will be more concentration of antibody, and in the antigen exosome, there will be more concentration of the antigen. So next one is agglutination reaction. Agglutination reaction takes place when an antigen is mixed with antibody in the presence of electrolytes at suitable temperature and pH. So what happens here is that the particles get agglutinated or clumped, and the antibody of the serum which causes the cellular antigens to form the clumps are called agglutinates. The particulate antigens which are agglutinated are termed as agglutinogens. In the case of agglutination, there is two types: slide agglutination, tube agglutination. In the case of slide agglutination, it is a rapid method to determine the presence of agglutinating antibodies. Here, we can perform the slide agglutination like this. To a uniform suspension of a particulate antigen, a drop of saline is added, and then a drop of antiserum is added. Then the slide is generally tilted or rocked using a fine tool. If the granulation takes place, the test is positive. It takes hardly 1 minute to complete the experiment, and it is visible to the naked eye. Sometimes the confirmation may be also be performed by using a microscope. And this method is used for testing blood grouping and cross-matching. Next one is the tube agglutination. This is used for the quantitative estimation of antibody. The serum containing antibody is diluted serially with saline in several small test tubes to which a constant volume of antigen suspension is added. Here we keep a control which has got no antiserum. The tubes are incubated until visible agglutination is observed. The tube showing the highest agglutination is referred to as the titer, and there will be a specific value for the titer. So tube agglutination is used for the serological diagnosis of typhoid, brucellosis and typhus fever. Vidal test is used for the estimation of typhoid fever. So as we said, there will be a titer value. Here we can see that the value of the titer is 1 by 160. So 160 is the titer value. In this test, the antibody content of patient serum is measured by adding a constant amount of antigen to the serial diluted serum. Next one is the passive agglutination test. It is similar to the heme agglutination test because the physical nature of the test is altered. Here the antigen is coated on the surface of the carrier particle and thereby helps to convert a precipitation reaction into an agglutination reaction by making the reaction more sensitive. The carrier particle is used can be RBC lattice particle or bentonite. Sometimes RBC coated with polystyrene can also be used. So when the patient serum is mixed with this, it leads to agglutination. This test is mainly used for the detection of rheumatoid arthritis. So this is the diagrammatic representation for passive agglutination. Here we have got a carrier particle, a soluble antigen, then it is coated with the carrier particle, and the coated particle is there, and the antibody is produced. The agglutination takes place. Next one is the complement fixation. Lysis of RBC or bacteria requires some non-specific unstable components of fresh serum, which are called complement. The complement, so it comprises of 11 proteins and are present in every individual. So what the action of this complement system is that they bind to the Fc component of antibody involved in antigen-antibody complex. The ability of this antigen-antibody complex to fix complement is used for the complement fixation test. So in the first stage, the test antigen and the antiserum are mixed in the presence of no amount of complement. This is incubated at 4 degrees Celsius for 18 hours. And if the antibody is specific for the antigen is present in the serum, the antigen-antibody complex will form. That will fix the complement. So next one is the ELISA test, that is enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay. These are really simple, sensitive and economic tests when compared to radioimmunoassay. So here the ligand used here is a molecule which can detect the antibody and is covalently coupled to an enzyme such as peroxidase, beta-galactosidase, alkaline phosphatase, etc. So ELISA is of 3 types: direct ELISA, indirect ELISA and sandwich ELISA. In indirect ELISA, the technique is used for the detection of HIV. The envelope proteins are developed by recombinant technology and ordered on the surface of the microtiter plates. Suspect serum is added and the unbound proteins are washed off. That is indirect ELISA. The next one is sandwich ELISA. This is used to detect the presence of antigen in a sample. The well is coated with antibody specific to the antigen and then suspect serum is added, which is allowed to react. The wells are washed to remove the unbound antigen. So this is a diagrammatic representation for indirect ELISA, sandwich ELISA and commutative ELISA. Then next one is the commutative ELISA. This is a variation for measuring amounts of antigen in commutative ELISA. In this technique, antibody is first incubated in the solution with a sample containing antigen. Then the antigen-antibody mixture is added to an antigen-coated microtiter well. So when the more antigen is present in the sample, the less free antibody will be available to bind to the antigen-coated well. Addition of an enzyme conjugated secondary antibody AB2 specific for the isotype of primary antibody can be used to determine the amount of primary antibody bound to the well as in an indirect ELISA. So that is the ELISA technique. Next one is immunofluorescence. So fluorescence, as you all know, it's a property of absorbing light rays on a particular wavelength and emitting rays with a different wavelength. So here we use fluorescent dyes, which will show brightly under UV light as they convert into visible light. So when the dyes which we use for the fluorescence technique are fluorescein, picoerythrin. Fluorescein is an organic dye that is mostly used to label for immunofluorescence procedures, which absorbs blue light at 490 nanometer and emits an intense yellow green fluorescence at 570 nanometer. And picoerythrin is an efficient absorber of light and a brilliant emitter of red fluorescence, stimulating its wide use as a label for immunofluorescence. So this is a diagrammatic representation for direct and indirect immunofluorescence. And coming to the application of antigen-antibody reaction, there is a vast number of applications for antigen and antibody reaction for determination of blood groups, urine transfusion, serological ascertainment of exposure to infectious agents, development of immunoassays for the quantification of various substances, to detect the presence or absence of protein in the serum, for determining the characteristics of certain immunodeficiency diseases, etc. Thank you.